down. Check out hackamania.com for more information. Breaking news in the Dabbleverse. December 19th. That was
2 days
Thursday
ago.
night. Thursday night. John flies back to New York City.
Hey guys, Ron here. I took a vacation for 2 weeks. I'm back. Boy, has John done a lot in 2 weeks. Unbelievable.
And he's going to spend the holidays with his mom and his family. But first, he's going to go out with some friends. He hangs out with his brother-in-law who lives in Manhattan. And then from there, he goes out to a restaurant and meets up with a friend. And that friend is someone we all know. And the story was broke on the 20th, Friday, at 4:13 p.m. when TM Zumock posted this on Twitter. John and Kate Meaney went out to dinner and a strip club last night after she taped all of his phone calls and
That's a Photoshop picture. Originally, it was Cardiff and Kate doing the peace sign. Chad's another liar. He got a detective, he said, and he's been following John everywhere. He's so full of crap. These people are all retarded, I'm telling you. When I say retarded, I don't mean mentally handicapped or challenged. I mean stupid.
found him. And there's the photo of them at the restaurant, both giving peace signs to the camera. It was like Kate's holding up the phone.
It's also
a selfie.
Looks like she is drunk out of her mind, high out of her mind.
But that's not the Kate I know. And also,
Reverse engineer, that's definitely Photoshop. Check it out.
John responded to this with, the Duke spent the night at a lady's apartment. The Duke had a fun night. Now, if I'm going to translate that, John is saying, I fucked Kate Meaney.
Oh no, did he shit the sheets and do it in the bathtub again? Again?
How else would you translate that, right? It seems to me like John, who uses the third person, the Duke, is claiming, because he posted this on this photo, that he fucked Kate Meaney. Now, we're going to find out if any of that's true. We're going to dig into this because John went on a show after this was divulged and talked to Clay Dabbler about it and explained what was going on. It seems like you guys are following this.
Oh, yes.
This news story, this breaking news story.
It's hard to turn away.
It is very difficult to turn away. But where I want to start is this was all broke on MLC, Musical Company, with Kevin Brennan. And I was doing This Little Piggy at the time. So we found out about it while I was doing This Little Piggy. So I missed this, but Kevin Brennan decided to call Greg Fitzsimmons. Now, why would he call Fitzdog, you ask? I'll tell you why. Greg Fitzsimmons happens to be the godfather of Kate Meaney because he was very close with Kate Meaney's father, Kevin Meaney. And when we were doing DabbleCon 2, and Shuli was promoting the tapes, and Shuli's going, we got the phone calls between Kate and John, we're going to play him at DabbleCon 2. Greg reached out to Shuli and said, don't do that. You know, this is Kate, she's my goddaughter.
That's not right.
I want to protect her and all this kind of stuff. And Shuli went, well, she's an adult, and she sent me this shit to play, and she's told me to play it, and I've made sure she's okay with it. She definitely is, so we did it. So that's the connection. So Kevin Brennan has Greg's phone number and decides to call Greg, and this is the message after she taped his call.
I can't answer your call. I just can't.
At the tone, please
Is that Greg
record.
Fitzsimmons?
When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
You know your goddaughter is fucking Stuttering John?
Oh, shit.
You know she's back doing coke? Does her mom know this? She's back doing coke. We have a private detective following her. She's back doing coke with Stuttering John, and she spent the night with Stuttering John. You were all worried about her? Now where are you, you fucking nothing? And Buschetti thinks you're a fucking piece of shit.
Thank you, So Thorough Joe Burrow, for pulling that clip for us. But this is crazy. I don't have to remind you guys what went down with Kate and John. The FBI was involved. The mom, the grandmother. He was going to sue. He called Kate every horrible thing you can call someone, a prostitute.
LAPD, NYPD, lawsuits, the whole thing, FBI. Forget about it. All the John lies.
A drug addict, a coke whore, posted all of this stuff for everyone to see. I mean, he literally has said he reported Kate 3 different times to the FBI and wanted to sue her and her mother for taping these phone conversations. Now they're friends again?
Yeah, I know.
And they're going out together? I believe this is the first time they've ever actually seen each other together.
Yeah.
Because she was supposed to go to the nephew's wedding with John. Then everything
pissed,
blew up.
but she backed out of that.
Yeah, so that didn't end up
then
happening.
Kate Meaney's like, oh, it turns out there's a hole in the bottom of this barrel that I can sink even further down past this.
Yes. It's out of it.
Before Amazon Business, buying for work.
It's so ridiculous. It's literally that South Park episode where the Karen keeps calling them. And John, his complaint is there was a car looking at his house, and now they're going to know he's not home. John parked out in front of my house for 20 minutes and live streamed it, knowing that I wasn't home. This fucking asshole can't get out. Should I be calling the cops on John?
Hypocrite.
Yeah, I don't understand why he thinks one thing's okay and the other isn't. But this is, John's nuts. The fact that there'd be a car parked in front of his house, he calls the police, is so pathetic. He's such a loser for doing that. And then he's so bad at managing himself as an adult. I travel a lot. I deal with airports and times to arrive and times to be ready to get on the flight. John cannot pull it off.
You know, so then I'm like, oh, so then I almost missed I enter the airport. I walked to the wrong gate because it said, because it's connecting flight and it said D3. And then I go to D3 and it said no.
He can't do the simplest tasks. Nothing. I'm telling you, he's 7 years old. Never grew up. Definitely mentally deficient. I think he's challenged, for real. He's on a spectrum. I don't know if it's autism. Autism is usually smart. He's some kind of a retardation.
That's out of Charlotte. You got to go. Your gate's in B.
Not only did he not realize it when he got to the gate and went, oh, that's not going to Charlotte. He had to go up and talk to the person. Is this going to Charlotte or what? Because my thing says D3. They're like, dummy, that's the wrong scroll. Yeah, that's the one right there. B7. He's like, oh, he couldn't figure it out on his own. He had to go talk to the person at the gate to find that out.
I'm imagining him going to the wrong gate, dealing with all of that, and then looking at his ticket again and going, okay, so it looks like I have to go to seat B14.
Right.
And then walks over to gate
Walks over to
B14.
gate B14. Or he looked at the other ticket and he goes, oh, my flight doesn't leave for another 4 hours.
At least he went to the right airport, right, Carl?
He did go to the
Carl
right
and I
airport.
were coming
This time.
back from seeing No Effects in New York City, and I told our Uber driver to take us to the wrong airport.
Yes, we discovered it at some point. I went,
Yeah, when the exits,
D3, and then I go to D3, and they say, no, that's out of Charlotte. You got to go. Your gate's in B. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So then I'm like running, like OJ.
oh my God, I would.
The same guy that couldn't figure out a 4-way stop sign and said, it's chaos. Nobody knows what to do. He shouldn't be allowed to drive. He shouldn't be allowed to be on his own. He needs supervision.
Hey, anyone, $300 for that footage. John running through the airport. I bet it wasn't like OJ.
it was like OJ today.
Right.
Typical Duke.
Yeah. So I get on the plane, and I knew that I did not want to miss this plane because I had a very important person to see.
Yeah, apparently so.
No, it's Coy John.
So
He goes smug liar. Anyway, every one of his examples, everything he does goes wrong. He gets frustrated and then blames it on the other people.
So this is a new version of John. What he's doing here, he's playing coy, and we're going to see examples of this, where he lets Clay say that he closed the deal. And
Right.
John doesn't say, no. He just makes faces like, sly dog, you know? He does that sort of thing. So he's implying that he fucked Kate. I just...
A beer.
Imagine this is your big brag. I went to a strip club with Kate Meaney. He's like, yeah, it was expensive. Dude, wasn't it fucking expensive? Like, I would have been like, I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, these chicks are so on. I'm there with Kate. You know, instead he just like immediately goes to $15 a beer. Like, yeah, you're in Manhattan at a strip club.
Yeah.
What do you
I
think?
couldn't afford a lap dance because I had 3 beers.
He admits he has 2. Which, if he spent more than 15 minutes there, is not his normal drinking time. He's slowing way down with $15 a beer.
It's quite expensive, isn't it? That's a lot of money.
And they almost
Good stuff.
beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Through the bouncers.
Again, let me back up. I mean, look, the Duke, this is my last week, pretty much. So what a wonderful ending, Clay, than to have the Duke really sticking it to everybody.
The Duke wins. Duke wins again.
Now, I know John saying December 31st is his last day. There's a lot of speculation on why that is. Is he going to some type of rehab facility starting January 1st? Are there other things going on, family related, that he has to get off the internet? Is he making this up as a grift to get as much money as possible in the month of December? I don't think that if he's still riding high like he is right now, the Duke right here, got the hot young girlfriend and everything else, there's no way he's leaving the internet.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to go out and brag every day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
He's going to victory lap until he steps on the next rake
correct.
while he's running.
Yes.
Let's see, the fun police
Like
are
OJ.
showing up.
Like OJ.
So then he starts speculating because he's been talking to Kate on the phone again lately. And he starts talking about
He'll never go to rehab. He doesn't have a drinking problem, remember?
is she recording him all over again? Because that's something that I would consider if someone like, I don't know, stand me in the back. And then they're like, hey, you want to be friends again? I'd be like,
I wouldn't talk to them.
I don't know, maybe not. But John, you know,
She didn't stab him in the back. She stabbed him in the front.
his dick is smarter than his brain. That's smarter, but you know what I mean. So John's thinking with his dick, but he wants to cover his tracks. So he's going to say, by the way, if she is taping me, all I'm doing is lying to her all the time.
And I don't even care if she was taping me or not, because it wouldn't
Don't
matter.
matter now. Don't matter now, does it?
It doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter. Plus, I would say shit just to be over the top, like crazy.
Yeah, outlandish. Yeah.
You know, because and she doesn't know this, but I'm sure she'll understand. I made a video last week with the date, and I made a bet on Hard Rock Bets. And in the video that I have with the date, so you know it's all legit, I say, I know she's taping me, so I'm saying the craziest fucking shit because I don't care.
He's covering his ass right here. He did the same thing when he was getting catfished, where he was making videos all along the way to be like, I know I'm getting catfished, but then he'd be initiating just in case you want to meet me in Atlantic City, I'm going to be in Atlantic City. But then he'd be making these videos to show in case something happens, I knew it all along. This is what he's doing. He's hedging his bet. Also, this idea that he's saying the craziest, most outlandish shit, the stuff that was on the tapes originally, and I can only imagine if she's recording him now, what we might hear, is stuff about his ex-wife being a C-word, his oldest.
He's trying to do a preemptive strike with a 6-year-old logic, like any kid would try to do.
Trans kid being mentally ill, having all these issues physically and mentally, like all this stuff that you wouldn't say to get a rise out of someone. It's like really personal.
It's personal stuff.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that you share with somebody because you think
trust
that they
them.
care about you.
Yes, correct.
Right. This wasn't integrity verification.
Right. This is the stuff you share with someone or you don't at all. Which would be
Right.
where I would go with it. But then after he says all of that, so he's covering his ass, he's got this all figured out just in case she backstabs him again. But then he lets his guard down immediately.
It didn't matter to me because I really do care about this person. I always have. Always have. But what changed in this past month. So all the time that I was saying that I would, whoever this person is, that I would never, too young, whatever. I really believe that. But,
I don't know why he's pretending that we don't all know he's talking about Kate Meaney. too.
Yeah,
It's the only person it could possibly be. You're just at a photo with her. That's all you guys are talking about.
This was the weirdest part of this whole scenario for me
Yeah.
because what we had Chad going on MLC saying the exact story of what happened that night.
Yep.
And then the next day, John going and talking
Confirms
with Clay
it.
and saying the exact same story but omitting Kate's name.
Right.
What, like,
That's the point.
And I'll be honest, I was completely convinced that all the Chad stuff was exaggerated.
Sure.
I didn't know where to go with any of this.
I would think Chad was full of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
right.
Exactly.
Until you just showed the picture on this show.
Yeah.
I didn't believe it. I thought they might have been in cahoots,
Right, make
just
up a
trying to
story.
get like fuck over the shitway or whatever the fuck their work they're trying to do.
Yeah.
So really, I just think John has like told Kate, I won't say your name, but Chad will, and everybody will know anyway. So he probably just told her he wouldn't bring her up, and he's being coy because of that.
Okay.
I mean, Chad is claiming that he got the information from an inside source.
Correct.
So he is saying, I know this information and I know it independently of anything else.
Well, Chad lied and said that he hired a private investigator to
Yeah,
follow John
yeah.
around New York City, which is fun. Yeah, I would plant things like that too if I was Chad trying to fuck with John, so that's fine. Obviously, not what happened. But yeah, I
Well,
mean,
how did Chad find out then?
well, no one really knows.
Okay.
But what we do know is that it wasn't just John and Kate. It was John and Kate and another couple.
Yes.
And there could have been other people involved too. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the Dabbleverse is pretty big. There's a lot of people who know, like everyone's pointing and laughing at Stuttering John. And they would want to get photos of John and Kate out and then give them to people like Chad Sumac. It's very possible that's
And a lot of them might be at strip clubs.
or at that restaurant
restaurants,
or like
yeah.
meeting up with Kate.
Or at a coke dealer's house.
Correct. All of these things are correct. So we don't know any of that. But isn't that interesting? The clip that I just played, where John first starts saying, by the way, I'm saying all this horse shit to Kate, so if she is taping me, none of it's real. He's like, but things are different now. You just heard him say that. Like, things have changed.
Yeah.
I trust her. He goes on to say how smart she is, like just complimenting Kate.
Talking like a battered
We're
woman.
back to him
Yeah.
sending her the ring light.
Yes.
We're back into that. I can't wait for her to get another
This is,
ring
what
light.
this is what I love about the Dabbleverse and Stuttering John specifically, is that when you watch Looney Tunes, you know that the Coyote's going to go after the Roadrunner and he's going to fail miserably. And you go, why won't he learn? He's investing all this money in all these Acme products. I don't know if he owns stock, what the deal is, but you would think eventually, like, it's just not going to happen. This is John's actual life.
Yeah.
He's Wile E. Coyote in real fucking
all
life.
cyclical.
He's literally 6 feet off the edge of a cliff, just running in place.
Don't look down, John. Don't look down. You got this.
Oh, my package from Acme's here.
Okay, so now John starts dropping hints about Kate maybe still using drugs. Can we say that Kate enjoys cocaine? I think that's true, right?
I can.
Yeah, I think that it's been put out there as a fact.
I think the tapes revealed that.
Yeah, right. There was talk about getting blow for the wedding, and John offered to do blow with her when
A
she
lot of blow.
visited him in Florida. Yeah, it's a little too much, in my opinion, for one wedding.
White wedding.
Who are you to judge?
It might have been a really boring wedding. Maybe it was the right amount. I don't know. So this is John hinting that she's still doing stuff.
After the restaurant, and we barely eat. We barely eat. We
Because you
order
couldn't keep your
paella.
hands off each other. Is that what?
Yeah, and we barely ate.
Well, that's interesting right there. Again, he's letting Clay say this stuff, and then not only did he not deny it, he confirmed it. Oh, you couldn't keep your hands off each other. Because I can only imagine Kate sees a 6-year-old stuttering John and just is like, oh my God, I am just so horny right now. It's just, I can't control myself. So Clay says that, John just goes, yeah.
Because
we
you
order
couldn't keep your
paella.
hands off each other. Is that what?
Yeah, and we barely ate. Like we had I think I had 2 or 3 tortilla chips. We went to a Mexican place.
Oh.
And then we had a couple of stuffed jalapenos and peanut butter.
By the way, I have to say, I know that Kate's into anal, not going to Mexican. That's not dinner plans for me. I would have planned to have a little bit better than this, but
Let's
whatever.
get pancakes.
Yeah. It tracks with John's financial situation. We ate the free chips and salsa,
Right.
and we shared an appetizer that sounds
Peanut butter
fucking
stuffed
disgusting.
jalapeno.
Doesn't he at some point? Maybe I'm entirely misremembering this. He was like talking about paella for entirely too long, and I was like, "Why are you telling us this?"
Yeah, and I think it's in this clip.
It's the only thing that really happened.
And then we ordered paella and split it, and we barely fucking ate any of it. This woman didn't even. I don't even think she took 3 bites.
I mean, what's the point of that story unless he's implying? You know what I mean? Like, there's no other reason to talk about how little she ate at dinner.
It's either to imply that she's on drugs or to imply that he's getting anal sex tonight.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, actually, let's not eat a lot of food just in case, huh?
Yeah, Mexican.
Let me
Bad
time
move.
this out for you.
What did you have for lunch?
Yeah.
Why do you ask? So, we'll be tasting it later. So, at some point, John claims that he lent his rich brother-in-law $300. And Clay's just like, well, I bet he didn't pay you back. And John doesn't move. I have not seen since I believe Chad Zumach did this. I think it's the last time we've seen someone flaunt their money like they're in a hip-hop video.
Okay.
Duke don't lie. Duke don't lie. Duke don't lie.
What you paying me for this stream?
Clay, how much? How much?
Is this...
300.
Is that crazy?
Duke does not lie.
He pulled out 3 $100 bills and showed it off to the camera. And Clay Dabler's just like, yeah, everyone has $300, man.
Not
I have a full-time job. I have $300. What do you mean?
I don't know. My pussy's pretty wet right now.
Well, now that you mentioned that, let me see what I got over here.
Hey, what's 375 get me?
What? Oh, we're doing a bidding war now, Andy? Who invited this asshole?
I bet $3.75.
Oh, okay, good. All right, I got you beat then. Thank God. Whew. Wasn't that Chad who was doing that? Who was proving how much money he made at the gig or something?
Oh,
Was
yeah.
pulling out 20s.
Oh yeah, people were saying he couldn't pay his rent, and he walked
Yeah,
in
it was something
the
like
back
that.
room and brought out his rent money.
What a fucking loser. John.
See how John pulls the money and he crumples it up and puts it in his pocket like a 7-year-old. Exactly.
If you're showing cash, and it's not even like $10,000 stacks. Like that's what you'd see in a rap video, like fucking fanning yourself with $10,000. Like, I'd be like, oh, that's impressive. That seems like a lot of money, to have sitting around. $300 at your mom's house, and he lost his phone. He lost his cell phone. Apparently, I think Kate lost.
He didn't lose it. And so he can say, I can't show you any pictures of us together because I lost my phone. More lies. Come on, guys. Common sense.
Hers too, or something. Like, what a fucking night this was. What a lunatic. 59 years old, John. What are you doing? Go to strip clubs and losing your phone. So now John confirms where he spent the night before.
I didn't leave the apartment until about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's crazy. So what's next? And you seeing that person again?
I hope so.
Anytime soon?
How the hell you gonna get fired on your day off? Damn! With top flight security of the world, Craig. I don't think you applying yourself, Smokey.
I'm betting because
Okay. I hope so. I would like to. It doesn't sound like there's solid plans being made. He's implying, I'll use John's term, that he shagged Kate Meaney. Maybe multiple times if you're not leaving until 1.
What
Come on.
about during the next
Stop it.
day? I would think that if he did actually get laid, he would have left early. And I think that he didn't, so he was hanging around till 1 trying to get laid.
Well, I think they were up doing blow all night,
Yeah,
so they didn't go to bed until very late.
That's exactly what I did.
Oh,
Yeah, that'd be my guess. Like when you're getting up at like 12:30 in the afternoon, and you're like, all right, you gotta go. Like that would be the scenario.
And for a guy who, I think he's admitted to taking ED pills and
Yes.
stuff. Coke doesn't help that.
No, definitely not. Pushing that rope. That's what a 25-year-old wants. So John, like I said, he lost his phone and has no idea where it is.
so. People are asking me like, because we had a lot of pictures that we took together, but I don't. I mean, I don't. I can't access them. So
You see? He can't show the pictures. He lost his phone. It's all bullshit.
And if you're watching this, I know I sent you two, not the one that surfaced, but so if you could send me those, at least I'll have something to remember this wonderful night. Oh, what a night! In December back in 24.
Bring back the Leah.
I went to her apartment and she opened the door. And anyway, she's a wonderful person.
Again, implying that he fucked Kate Meaney. Now, if he didn't, and I'm Kate, I'm angry about this. Because Kate has a reputation. It's not a great one. A lot of people
This
think
is not helping.
A lot of people think that she sleeps with a lot of dudes for nefarious reasons. And so the fact that John comes on here singing songs about the night that he had, and bragging about leaving at 1 the next day, and it doesn't help that Clay's going bom chicka bow wow. I'm killing.
There's no way. Not with this drunk, smelly, obscene troll midget. No way. He's fantasizing. Of course, he lost his phone, so he can't show the pictures. It's all nonsense.
Over here. But it's also weird that it's like, you're going to hang out there again. He's like, oh, I don't know. And I didn't pull this clip, but later on he talks about these 2 other girls he's supposed to meet up with. One he's known since 4th grade, so she's probably a looker. And the other one I forgot is maybe the girl that he took to the Belmont last time. Or whatever. But he's like, I might cancel my plans with them because now I got this young, hot girlfriend going on. So I'm rooting for him. I hope he hangs out with Kate the rest of the holidays. I hope it's just nonstop old guy sex.
Gross.
I hope it's a very white Christmas for Kate Meaney. I'm dreaming of it. I have a clip on here, Lucy, not to cut you off,
No, go ahead.
that will haunt you
No.
for years to come.
Oh, no.
Look, the Duke's always been horny.
She's old.
The Duke is very horny. I mean, overwhelmingly.
Overwhelmingly.
Could you imagine this guy is trying to bang a chick half his age, less than half his age, and he's going, and you know what's great about me is how horny I am. That's a turn on for a girl. Oh, he's always horny. Oh, neat.
Why is he telling Clay this? Why are they always flexing for each other,
I don't
too?
know. Yes, they're constantly pulling up their shirts, like literally flexing.
Yes.
I mean, you'd think that if you're in that context, you'd be like, oh, what do you mean flexing? No, literally flexing their muscles and then talking about how horny they are. And
Very homoerotic.
it's very weird. It's odd behavior.
I also think that it's odd behavior. So 2 clips ago, you played him being like, hey, can you please send me the pictures of me and Kate? I have never had an amazing, raucous night of sex where I was like, oh my God, it was so animalistic and everything was so wonderful. And,
Me neither. Anyway, you weren't finished yet?
And then been like, wow, I really need pictures of me and that person at dinner earlier that night.
Yeah, that's another
Like,
towel.
that's not the memory that I need.
That's not the towel. That's a towel right there. You're right. That's a good point.
He wants proof.
Oh, what if he finds
The
this
paella
phone?
was better than the sex.
He should have a iCloud account, though. He should be able to get to his photos, even if he lost his phone. He'd never figure that out.
No. Yeah, imagine watching that.
This is what happened.
What are you talking
about?
They went to the strip club. They got the cocaine.
Yeah.
The bouncer that sold him the cocaine said, he's like, how about I leave my phone with you? You give me 20.
There's no phone. There's no pictures. It's all nonsense. Come on. We already know this guy.
As much cocaine. When I get the $300 from my brother-in-law, I'll
It's just so convenient that he has pictures, but he can't show them because he happened to lose his phone. Oh, wow.
come back. I'll give you the $300 and I'll get my phone back. And then I have super amounts of cocaine to take advantage of Kate Meaney with.
Right.
That's what
Wow, you know how to do this.
Hey, that's what I do that all the time.
It's a good strategy. Fucking truckers, man.
Well, now my dick is lit, but I have no phone. That didn't work out the way I was hoping.
What a perfect night.
Christian Blast just putting in a bunch of puke emojis in the chat. It's crazy. So there was another show that happened, and this is what I was planning on doing. I put this in the description of this podcast episode. There was a show Wednesday night, I've already alluded to it, where John got wasted. Him and Rob Saul did a show together. And big credit to Penis Wrinkle, who messaged me on Patreon and told me about the show. So I downloaded it. It's been privated now. You can't get it. It's gone. I have the whole thing. And I want to play a couple of clips, but basically what I'm doing right now is... Because I have Adam Bush coming on the next episode. We're going to actually record it on Monday so I can put it out on Christmas Day. So it'll be a regular Wednesday episode. Christian Blatt's going to join us as well. But I want to go through this Rob Saul episode with John and Rob getting blitzed, getting hammered. And I'll just show you a couple of clips of what I'm talking about here. This is a very drunk John right at the beginning of the episode. Oh, God.
Smirnoff Ice.
Forgot to turn your filter on, John.
Oh, yeah.
Do you see the difference? Hold on, let me go back to...
Who's that lesbian on the left?
Yeah, nice hair, Rob. Nice shirt.
So, yeah, somebody found this shirt is on Forever 21. Good job, Rob. Very fashionable.
Smirnoff Ice.
Jesus.
That was nice of
Oh,
PTM.
it's Mr. and Bessie, thank you. I actually wanted one of these things. I needed one of these.
Yeah, where are you going to put it? He's got a big pickle, big whole pickle.
A whole pickle. This means it's him.
Is this when he flew into town? No.
The bell just rang.
This
When
is
is
the night
this?
before. This is Wednesday night. He has to catch a flight the next morning. He
Jesus
calls the cops on the car in front of his house. Almost misses his flight. Almost misses his next flight. Then goes to a strip club with Kate Meaney. It's been a wild 24 hours we're talking
a
about.
fucking bender.
It's crazy. It's holiday time, man. Let's go. Let's party. Let's do it. He's gonna have to worry about fucking internet issues like the rest of us. He's having a blast.
The bell just rang again. Oh, no.
Ours.
Oh, it's my doorbell.
The last week or two, he's increased his drinking exponentially. Big time. Sorry, guys, it's like 6 in the morning. Haven't slept. I was on vacation for 2 weeks, run back. I came right from there to go record this. Crazy, right? I go away, and all hell breaks loose on the internet. It's crazy.
So what's great here, Rob's muted, so we can actually hear what John's saying. And I turned it up.
Yeah, that's okay. Oh, hi. Oh, George Clooney? Way up.
So he just goes, what? Am I who? George Clooney? What Vince does, I've seen these. When he puts in an order to Grubhub or something, he puts in all these instructions. This is my uncle. He's very famous. Tell me he looks like George Clooney. He gets a kick out of that. He'll put in all these like random instructions for the, and they'll be like, I'll give you more of a tip if you do this sort of thing. So people are just fucking with John.
If your zip code starts with 12 or 13, you could be missing out on a new program that's giving homeowners nearly.
Oh, so you're doing your show too? So you have your own things? No, so you get your own super chats, right?
Your own things.
So what John just saw was, and I don't know why Rob put this up, but Mason in Portland put up a chat, free chat, and it just has a bunch of pills going across it because people are speculating that Rob Saul might be on a lot of pills the way he acts. And I don't know, I watched this episode. I think that might be true. We'll get to the bottom of it with Adam Bush. But
So he can hear Rob, but we can't?
right. And they fix it pretty quickly. Rob figures out how to get his audio working because people tell him they can't hear him.
Impressive.
It's actually the best way these two do a show together.
Yeah, I was thinking that
Can't
too.
hear Rob Saul. So now John's talking about, again, very drunk. He's talking about that time that I think it was Kevin Brennan wished for John's airplane to go down. Remember that?
Yeah.
He goes, I hope his plane goes down. And John's like, what about all those innocent people? There's 200 people on the flight. You know, as if Kevin Brennan could wish these things into existence. So he remembers that. I can't believe that this is when a drunk John goes back through all of the people who spite him and all the memories that he has and things like that.
But
Yeah.
the person we don't speak about, I'll go to the village, M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh yeah, it's definitely Kevin Brennan because
The fuck?
Rob Saul is in the middle of some type of legal action against Kevin Brennan, and so he won't talk about him. He's been instructed by his attorney to not talk about
And John's abiding by that?
Kevin Brennan.
Barely.
He's yelled at him a bunch of times. Rob Sal's told him a bunch of times, like,
What is this layout where it looks
Oh.
like Rob is snipe streaming his own show?
yes. So Rob has to do that in order for his audio to work. That's why he's on. That's why he's on twice. It's great.
You know, that appear. He once wished my plane went down while I was flying to Atlantic City, and then I responded, "Go."
John's been on a bender for about 2 weeks. He doesn't care.
So your hatred for me would want to, you know, get rid of 300 other people.
Yeah.
That's kind of sick.
It
Wouldn't you
is.
say?
It's sick.
It is sick, Rob.
It is.
Rob, say it again. I mean, you know, we're doing this is rhythm.
Take it away, Rob.
No, it's worth it.
Forget it.
This is rhythm.
No, I was hoping you say it's sick again.
Oh, it's sick. It's goddamn sick. But yeah, my hair is almost. I was taking a nap because I'm all pilled up.
The chemistry here is fantastic. So Rob's trying to lean into the pill thing that's going on, and
Smart.
I just want to fast forward the last clip. We'll get into more of this in the next WATP episode, but these are how things conclude a couple hours later.
But I mean, I listen. You know, I feel like you know that we had a fantastic show tonight.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, Rob, if you're trying to convince people you don't have a problem with drugs, maybe don't go on your show and go, I feel like, you know, I mean, you know.
So was that John's show and Rob was on, and then he went and did his own show after that?
I think there was one that's no longer available that I was able to download.
I can't wait because I recognize that beer that Rob is drinking. That's Troeg's Mad Elf. That is a high octane beer.
Yeah, I think at one point he says it's 11%.
That will put you in the fucking ground. So
What about that with painkillers?
Yeah,
What will that do?
I've been looking forward to this because I
Could be a
know this could be
problem.
a fucking puddle.
Oh boy. Yay. Yeah, so that should be fun. We never really analyzed Rob that much on this show, so I'm looking forward to that.
That's great.
Very dry.